Grace is onto the cab firm now. If it checks out, we're going to bring him in for questioning.
Good. Uniform of found Tina's discarded handbag.
Nice one.
They've also discovered a blood-stained knife.
Yeah, but the victim wasn't stabbed. How's this connected?
Well, we can't rule it out. Uniform have sent the knife and the bag to forensics. If there is a connection, then I want to know about it.
We'll get the lab to verify it, but this is cocaine, isn't it?
Yes.
You do realise you're admitting to possession of a banned substance?
It's for my personal use.
There's enough coke here for 6 people.
Look, just go ahead and charge me.
You do realise with a drugs conviction that you'll be struck off the Ofsted register. You won't be allowed to childmind anymore.
Wait. What if the drugs aren't mine?
Well, if they aren't yours, whose are they? Do they belong to Mr. Turner? And you can prove that.
It's not what you think. It's not like he's an addict. He works long hours. He just needs it to get through sometimes.
If they belong to Mark, what were you doing with them in your room?
He trusts me. You've seen the nightmare he's married to.
OK. If they do belong to Mark, why is he letting you take the blame?
Because of her. You get him on his own. I bet he'll admit to it. I don't understand. You have the drugs. What more do you need?
Sarah says the drugs don't belong to her. She says they're your husband's.
That's rubbish. Mark would never touch narcotics. He knows how I feel about them.
Mr. Turner?
Oh, absolutely. Look, with respect, she's been a complete nightmare. She's not here to be a nanny. She's here to have a good time. She's more interested in clubbing, to be honest. She's out all hours, binge drinking like every other kid, and then she never gets out of bed. Am I surprised that she's got drugs on her? No. And if you saw the lifestyle she leads, you wouldn't be either.
Truth of it is, she has a crush on Mark.
Possibly.
Without doubt.
Mr. Turner, you do realise that if we charge Sarah with this offence, she could face prison time?
I'm sorry, but she broke the law and she did it under my roof. If you ask me, a month or 2 in a cell is exactly what she deserves.
Thanks for coming in, Mr. Kinney.
As long as it's quick.
Right, you do regular pickups at the Majestic, right?
Company has an account there. I always try and get a fare if I can.
And why is that?
Better class a customer than the usual rubbish you get around Sun Hill at chucking out time. If you get a winner, they tip well.
Do you recognise her?
Might have imagined it'd be about that one. What'd you do, take a swing at one of your officers?
So you did pick her up?
Sometime around midnight. To be honest, I nearly didn't take her. I don't like this new trend of women behaving like hooligans.
So she was drunk then?
Like a docker on payday.
Where had she asked you to take her?
Spice Lane, I think. I don't remember exactly because she started to look queasy. I'm not some sort of charity. I don't do this job to clean women's vomit off the back of my cab.
So what, you just threw her out? Where?
Longport Road. Look, I'm sorry she was attacked, but I'm not to blame for that. I've got a living to make.
Have you ever thought you might be in the wrong trade, Mr. Kinney?
Taxi driving isn't exactly a career plan. I used to have a little bistro, piano bar. Cocktails, female vocalist. A little bit of class.
Sounds like my kind of place.
Not many other people thought so.
There's CCTV all along Longport Road, Mr. Kinney. We will check and verify your story.
Glad to hear it. Like I say, sorry this woman was assaulted, but I can scarcely be held responsible.
Did Mark tell you everything?
Well, that depends what you mean by everything. He said what a nightmare you'd been, and that never in a million years would the coke be his.
What?
Sarah, is there something else going on that you want to tell me about? Something between you and Mark?
No. That's that. Let's just get on with whatever we have to do.
OK. Let's bail you and wait for the forensics on the cocaine.
Here you go.
Oh, cheers.
Did Leela get those drugs sent off to the lab?
Yeah, and with any luck, forensics are going to confirm my suspicion that Turner's prints are all over that bag.
Well, you think she's telling the truth, then?
Yeah, I'm sure of it. Don't know why she's taking a rap for him. Maybe she does have a crush on him, like the wife said.
Unit to deal. Suspect on premises. 38 Hanford Road. Informant a Mrs. Turner.
Ask and you shall receive.
Sierra Oscar from 30. I'll take that.
What are you doing? You're in custody. Smith is going to go mad.
Nicky, I've got to go. It's a waste of time anyone else doing it. Oi, tough guy, you got your ID, Andy? Yes, Sergeant. Why don't you stand there flexing? Let's go. Cheers, Nicky.
There you go.
What's going on?
That's the lot.
Mrs. Turner, you reported an intruder.
She's an intruder.
I just wanted to pick up my stuff.
It's a bit of an overreaction, Mr. Turner, don't you think, calling 999?
When a little druggy slut tries to get into our house. No, not really.
Don't worry, I'm going.
Good riddance.
Dan, give it a hand, will you? Sarah? Do you want to tell me what this is all about?
She knows.
Knows what?
After what happened this morning, she must have worked out the truth about me and Mark. She's just making a point.
And the truth is?
We're having an affair.
CCTV checks out, I'm afraid. There's a clear image of David Kinney letting the victim out on Longport Road. She then heads to the park, he drives off.
Yeah, according to him. He goes back to base to catch up. You'll need to check that.
Guys, about Tina's handbag. No surprises. It's empty and it's clean of prints. But that doesn't mean whoever emptied it attacked her. So it could have been lost in the struggle and picked up by someone else. Anyway, I'm going to run a check on these credit cards, see if anyone's using them.
Right, well, that's not all. Toxicology found traces of GHB in her blood.
A date rape drug.
Now, what's even more interesting is we have forensics back on the knife they found in the park. They don't know whose blood it is, but there's only one set of prints on the handle, Tina Wilson's.
Right, that's not what I wanted to hear. I ran a Chris report on her. She was raped 5 years ago, and no one was charged with it. So I reckon she's probably given whoever mugged her as good as she got.
You better go and talk to her again.
How you feeling? Any better?
Yeah, well, the test results came back and I wasn't raped, so I just want to get out of here now and just go home, you know?
Right, anything coming back to you?
Just bits, just flashes.
This isn't the first time you were attacked, is it?
Look, we know what happened to you. You know that you were raped, but it's all right. How you been coping since?
Why do people always ask that? Look, sick people do sick things. I was just unlucky enough to meet one of them. You can't let it ruin your life. Excuse me.
Did you get any counselling?
What good's counselling going to do? What I needed was someone to find the person that raped me. Not someone to tell me that it wasn't my fault and not to feel guilty. I knew it wasn't my fault. And he was guilty, not me.
It must have left you feeling pretty angry, though, knowing that whoever hurt you was still out there.
He didn't hurt me. He raped me. And I don't think I'm damaged goods, and I don't hate men. I was just unlucky. No amount of counselling is going to change that.
Well, talking never hurts, Tina. Listen, did you carry anything with you? You know, to protect yourself?
I'm pretty good at poker, Sergeant Hunter. I can usually read people. You found the knife, haven't you?
It had blood on it. Can you tell us what happened?
I swear I can't remember exactly. Look, I was confused and I had been drinking.
Yeah, well, you may have been drugged. So can you remember getting in the taxi?
Yeah. Yeah, it was red. And the driver was dressed quite smartly. Not like a cabbie at all. And he was talking and talking, and I don't remember what about. I just remember then he was telling me to get out of the cab.
Where was this?
Somewhere on the other side of the park from where I live. But, I mean, I could hardly see, let alone think. And I remember I was almost home, and I could see the lights at the other side of Spicer Lane, and then this guy he just jumped out on me.
Do you remember what he looked like?
He had a balaclava on, and I had my hand in my bag holding on to the knife, like I always did, and he came at me, and I remember just lashing out at him.
Okay. Thanks, Tina.
Thank you.
So, we're looking for a man with a stab wound.
Yeah, well, let's hope for Tina's sake it's not a dead body.
We've checked with the hospitals, and there's been about 40 admissions that could be stab wounds in the last 24 hours.
Another day in paradise, then.
I've got names and addresses. Uniform are checking them out for me and looking at CCTV, but that could take time. Now, Kinney, the taxi driver, is pretty much out of the frame. DC Dassery's checking his alibi for me.
Right, well, I've been doing a little digging too. And there was an attack on a woman in Haringey about a month back after a night out at the Majestic. Exactly the same MO. She has a big win, she gets a cab, and then she's attacked and robbed close to home. I put together some CCTV from the casino. Okay, so this is Tina leaving the poker table.
Looking very pleased with herself.
And then she goes to the bar.
That's the owner, Louis Dreyfus.
Thought he said he didn't know her.
Maybe he didn't remember. They don't exactly look close.
They look a bit closer now.
Really? Well, I had wondered. Yeah. Okay, thanks, Chrissy. I'll see you soon. Bye.